Hi everyone, welcome back to Compalogis University. This is Dave, and today we are on to section 8.1, managing the franchising team. So this this lesson is more about um, how once you build like your own group, and also when you approach other group owners and they become also part of your team, then what happened is you're managing a group of like several groups of people. And how do you exactly do the managing? Like, because the hierarchies become more and more and deeper and more complex. So uh, this is why it becomes more complicated, because from you starting your own live streaming channel, well, basically you manage yourself, right? And you also, maybe you have an assistant, so you also manage the assistant's day-to-day activities. But once you have become successful in building different groups, then it really is quite challenging. So we have four parts that we will discuss. Basically, part with some introduction, how to manage from the top level, how to raise team energy, because it's a human nature that your energy level reduces as you keep doing something for a long time. And this is why you have to help your team to remember why they are doing it and getting like the momentum carry on. And also like some attractive points and tips uh, on managing the team. So in the preface, so have you tried to be a role model and be positive? This is a very important question, because becoming an influencer is kind of different from becoming a manager of influencers. When you because some people can easily manage themselves. They just know what they have to do. They have that self motivation to push them to do something. But when you have to work with other people, when you start to manage people, then basically, well, then those people become your hand. And and well, they become your body, right? Like, basically, you have to learn how to like manage them. You're working with another person, and the complexity becomes a lot more difficult. It's like you can raise your hand easily, but can you uh convince another person to raise the hands at the same time? It really depends on whether you have the attraction to make them uh believe in you, and whether you can influence them. And this is why we're talking about like being a role model for other people to follow you. And the most important thing is you have to be positive to begin with. Like, no one is going to listen to someone who makes you feel hopeless, because if you are negative, like everything is like bad from you, then why do we even have to work with you or work for you? Because nothing good is going to come out from you, right? So why don't we just find another person who makes me feel that my life can be hopeful? So this is why, regardless of the circumstances, you have to be positive. So when leading a team, have you give it 100% effort and love? Now, so when doing your own live streaming show, your own session, obviously you pay like 200% effort, right? Like well, basically you can slack off. And when you have a team to manage, it's the same basically. Like you you also have to pay it like 100%. Well, maybe even more difficult because, as we said, right, it's easy to make yourself raise your hand, but to make other people raise their hands and to make them listen to you is another level. So so obviously full effort is expected, and but can you also make them feel that, that do you love it well enough that you can keep doing it? This is really important because if you just don't have enough love, like on managing other people, like basically working with other people, you for sure you're not going to be successful, because we know actually lots of live streamers, we know that they are good with managing themselves, like managing their own one person business, because they do it with their own reason that, oh, I need the money, this is why, I'm the only person who will make money, who's willing to make money for himself, right? So but when it comes to them like starting to manage other people, like at first they thought it was easy. Oh, like I just like explain why you shall work for me, then we share money together, right? Like they thought it's that simple. But do the other partners, do your business partners, like do the other group owners that work with you, like do they feel the same way? And if you don't really love managing people, chances are you won't even have the energy to really stick long enough with the other people. So, do you bring others hope or negativity? Well, it's similar to point A, right? Like people want to work with a leader who makes them feel hopeful. Like it's not just, well, making money is a big part, but do they feel that is, that like there's hope in the future, that they continue to contribute their effort to working with you? Like if they feel that, like that there is just nothing left, apart from money, then because it is true that money can be a strong motivator, but still, like in some cases, like say, it's still not everything. It's still not everything. And say if your dream is to become like a pilot, but you're sticking onto like a job that pays you really well, but it's not really what you want to do, then we have seen lots of cases that people, even though they're making money, they still jump the ship. They still quit it, and they try to pursue what they really want at the end, because that's what really makes them happy. And this is why, with people, like when those people want to work with you, like they also looking for similar things too. They, like, can you make them feel that the future is bright? If it's not, then sooner or later they are just gonna leave you. Are you positive? If you're always like that sad, oh, we cannot do this, I don't think we can make it, like, then obviously you cannot make it, because they won't, because your team is not even going to trust you in the first place, right? Yeah, so these are the three things that we have to think about as we try to get into like the management role, which is to work with other people. So something to really pay attention to, if you see the following signs, then chances are something is not really going well, or it is going to derail for sure. So the goal is not planned well ahead. So basically the people you work with, like they don't even know what the future is like. So it happens a lot if the top level people, like the management people, like they don't really explicitly state out what the end goal is. And so basically they just like state out, oh, okay, these are the steps, just do it. But your whole team doesn't even know, like they just, all they know is, okay, just do these steps, but they don't even know what the end goal is, what the result is going to be like. So without a well defined uh, conclusion or ending, or the objectives, like basically it's really hard for the, it's like you uh on the boat all by yourself, trying to sail from Europe to North America or South America, but you don't even have you don't even know what the direction is, like where you're headed. Then everyone is confused, on the boat. So what's the chance of making it all the way to your destination? Is definitely not high, right? So, and also second thing is people leaving the team with no replacement. Um, you're experiencing, like people missing, to do any like, sales or to do any important roles. Like, so, so what that really means is people really don't see that, staying with you will really have a benefit for them in the long run. So they leave, right? No one wants to, stay stay on with something that has no hope, or has no long-term benefit, right? So they just leave, and chances are, you know um, then you're missing people to do really important jobs, and eventually your team just breaks apart. So team does not work together, each has its own rule. Again, no. So if the team is basically like a like not united, uh, with with like within the same goal, then chances are, they are not going to work well. And if each other doesn't work don't work well with each other, then basically it is you're really looking at like a group breaking apart really soon. So on the surface it's peaceful, but lots of anger from within. So again, it's a very common thing. Lots of teams that we work with, like on the surface they don't really say anything. Oh, everything is good, we are doing well, blah blah blah. But at the end, like each individual, team members, like when they have like a drinking party, or they then they start to complain a lot about the managers or the boss. Oh, like this is not done well, but this management doesn't care. They don't even know, right? They keep complaining, complaining, complaining. So, well, some of the complaints may be very reasonable too. So this is why this is why before the anger, like, reach to the peak, you have to find a way to kind of like calm people down, like make them get what they want. Because if the angers never got resolved, they are just gonna leave you. Like basically, if they find another better opportunity, they're just gonna jump the ship, and well, your team breaks apart, right? Because finding the right pieces to do the job, like it is not as easy as we think. Because finding people with the right skills, like either it requires like training with your own effort. So basically you have to spend time, or so people with the right experience don't come by easily. So that's why you have to be careful with keeping the top talents in your team. And at the end of the day, it's not just about making money, it's also about working, doing it with the right people to accomplish something amazing together. So this is why management, or learning how to manage, it becomes so essential because because either your team makes it together with a unified goal or it breaks apart. So how to manage from the top? So we there's an old saying that it's more important to try to influence someone than to manage someone. Like it's all about like influencing them to basically like once they influence, then they completely believe in you. So even if you don't say anything, they they will do it. They will do the try to do the right thing by themselves. Versus managing someone, like basically it's just like giving orders, but because they don't completely trust you, then at the end, like once you're not there, they're just going to basically not following the rules, and not doing things for the for the sake of the team. So this is why learning how to influence is a lot more important than learning how to manage. So again, be the role model, like do sharing in the groups regardless of how busy they are. Like uh like how many of you have work in an office setting, like that you truly have a leader that you feel really happy to work with? Actually, it's not easy. It's not really easy to even find those kind of leaders, because most of the time, like the way how you feel is you just feel like you're just receiving orders, right? But they haven't really, you know don't you want to work with someone who can share like the learnings with you, and to let you to let you get to know them as a real person as well? Like basically, this is why people keep saying that the management is kind of like losing touch with the foundation of the company, because if everything is just coming down as orders, eventually like no one's going to listen to you. Like like if they find other better opportunities, they just going to jump the ship. And this is why it's important, like if you yourself become a manager, that you you also want your foundations, like your team to like you, right? So this is why doing sharing is a way that can make you more approachable to other people. And if you are accessible by people, then it is really really like important. Well, always like share life experience and positive energy. Like say you can do like dinner together, do learning together. uh well, any life experience um basically is about people seeing you as a real person. And when you make yourself become available to other people, then it really makes a big difference, because now people will also be open-minded to try to see you, and if they like you, they will follow you. It's a lot more important to to influence them than to like always like giving orders. So set up goals and have online meetings to solve problems. So basically have a well-defined goals that the whole team really know. Like so what's the ending? What is considered to be mission accomplished? Well, everyone has to know. And if you don't cannot really meet everyone in person, try to have like an online meeting. And also, if you can have offline meeting, that's actually even the best way, because when people can see you, like they feel that you're a real person. and also can sell and be listened by others. So if you want them to sell, to sell well, then first you yourself have to be able to sell well, to be able to sell ideas to them too, right? Because if you're not a good salesperson, like it's hard to really get people to follow you because you're not really even good at what you want them to do, right? So this is why this is basically like some of the points that you shall consider if you want to manage from the top. And also step by step conversion. So what we mean by conversion in this case is try to get them synchronized to your thought, like to what you want them to behave. Say if your goal is to reach like 1 million sales, like in 1 year, then basically you want everyone to be like really good salespeople. Then basically you have a job to do. You want to convert them like to believe in what your end goal is, so that they will naturally want to help you. Like they will behave naturally to want to reach that goal together, versus like, oh, they only listen to you when you give an order. When you're not there, they just do their own things, right? So first, like, select the ones who want to really participate and convert others. So you want to first find out people who agree with your ideas and who really want to do it together with you. And if there are people who are good at explaining ideas or influencing others, like, then you want to select those people to help you. Because because just doing it by yourself is not enough. If you can do it in a team, say you have a team of say managers who can influence other people, it's a lot easier to do it than to just doing it by yourself. So once they join you, change the mentality and thinking. So it all comes back to what your I guess organization value is. Like if you already like the founder of a company, say you have your own core value. Every company has its own core values and the culture. So once you find once you find people who are like the leader materials, then basically you want to change, you want to instill that company core values and culture to the thinking, to the thought process, so that so that you can duplicate what you know to them. And then they can basically they can do the same thing to other people. Um and they have the exact same skills like you to basically carry out what you want to do to other people. Also, create a positive atmosphere in the group. Need to become energetic about leading team. So again, uh the whole environment, like between you and the different groups, different salespeople, your different hierarchies, like it shall be like a positive environment. Like there shouldn't be any threats. Like, say if someone raise a different ideas than you, then they would be threatened. Or everyone is respected. So don't allow people to fight with each other, because that is like a recipe for failure. So need to become so you need to like find a way to become energetic about like leading a team. So it ties back into um how much you love about that company culture, and also and also how much you love about managing people, because they're people who naturally just, who they just only good at doing something themselves, but they're not really good at working with other people or managing other people. So this is why it's important. So characters of the right candidates. um so first, so the candidates here refers to the people uh that you can that that are like like they want to influence the groups together. So how can you pick those people out so that they can help you to manage the group? So first of all, they need the right manner. People with like good man, like a good type of manners, like meaning like they're patient enough. They so basically good manners make people feel pleasant, and also have time, because if you find people who just don't have time, to implement what you want to do, then it's better not to get them. Have desire to be rich. So this is really important, because usually people who really do things and become successful, they have a strong desire, uh like to be successful. And success is often at times is measured by, like how rich you are. And this is why, like the richest people in the world, like they always got mentioned, because they have enough drive to push them to that level. And have emotions. So how emotional do they feel about the success of your company? like like for the people who, if they are emotional enough, like they have enough energies. And also like that ties into the next point as well, like people with the energy and the emotions, to feel about reaching success, they are more likely to help you to manage other people, like to get other people on the same boat, to have the same goal, to believe in the same thing. Have execution. So how likely do they how well do they execute a task? Like, because having a goal itself is important, having a dream is important, but some people are just not really good at execution, like getting things done. Like, because um well, the same idea is, uh if you want to fight in a war, you have like strategists who recommends strategies, the tips on winning a war. But you also need like good generals to execute a war. Like you actually need like people who can really do the task in the battlefield. And this is what we really mean by execution. Some people, they have great ideas, but they never really know how to put that into practice. And this is why, apart from having great ideas, you need some people to execute it. So this is why execution is really important in anything you do. Be responsible. In the case if they make mistakes, are they willing to take responsibility? Being responsible, it directly affects the team bonding, the team relationship, because if the foundation people, like other say salespeople, like if they see that, oh, this guy is corrupted, but it does, but they're not really trying to take responsibility for what they do, then basically it's like hypocrites. No one wants to work with like hypocrites. Like they, but this is why getting people who take responsibilities for their own actions is like a must. It is very important. Love learning. Do they have do they are they open minded enough to really try to take on new things every day? Because e-commerce is related, is tied into technology. Is we live in a world that constantly changes a lot. So the Bible for today is different from the Bible tomorrow. uh, the Bible this year is different from Bible next year. So do they have that capacity to learn fast, to really change the direction for the team if required? Being proactive. So while being successful, it really takes lots of initiatives. And people who are not proactive, like, is almost a guarantee that they won't be successful. So so say especially if you want them to help on management, like, are these people willing to proactively, you know, like lead other people to succeed? Are they proactive enough to be that role model? Like, say if something is wrong, then then they just go out and take the responsibility to um, like to help people to fix the mistakes and to get it back on the right track. Say if this sales strategy is not useful or not effective, are they willing to be proactive enough to try to change it up a little bit, to initiate a change, right? So it's all so people who are proactive, like they just have that that the ability to execute that. So can they contribute, like do they have enough contribution for people to think of them as like a role model? Because people because if you want people to listen to you, to follow you, chances are there is something stand out about you, something special about you, that makes them feel that, oh, this is the right person that I think I can trust. So whatever he says, yeah, it feels is powerful enough for to move me, to make me feel that yeah, okay, I will follow. So, and usually it comes from contribution, right? Like, what have they done before? What have they done to make you respect them? So administering in different groups. So there are like different groups that you can potentially be in. Like examples, like advanced knowledge group. Basically, basically, it can be about like sharing like management experience, managing basically is the type of group that you have meetings with different group owners, like whether it's face to face, one on one, or like or just online. Basically, you talk about you, like, assuming you're the more experienced ones, like you basically you sit down with them and then tell them, hey, when I was managing, my group, like I was doing this to make sure that like the salespeople with you, uh, we feel hopeful about the direction we're heading. Basically, you give out tips, right, to help them to manage their own respective groups. And they're like the women group. Say they they share the experience, and they verify the products, and they try to like bring in like new I guess like new followers. So you can also like share experience on that. And there's like some targeted female groups, like who like for like the richer females. So what we really mean by they have more like spending power to buy from you. So we share experience about like how to implement the like the sales to this group, to these targeted people. And also like partnership groups, like also like you also have like people who focus on getting merchants, like forming partnership with different brands so that you can have supplies of more products. So so basically you can get so you share experience on how you approach the merchants, and how they can share, how they can talk about the benefits in front of the merchants to make them join the team. So basically it's about you as a top line manager who share your experience and any tips to the soon to the upcoming managers, so that they know what to do once they start to manage. So part three, how to raise the team energy. Like, so they're like different, again, they're like different levels, in your whole organization, the whole hierarchy. And there are different ways to raise the energy. So say the top level are usually like the leaders, um, the management people. So to raise the energy, basically you have to basically you have to explain to them what are the benefits, if they execute properly. And in the case if they feel so mentally tired, like give them tips on oh, like like I know like this is very tiring to manage, like a group of like say 200 people, but but your strategy is right, so just like keep doing it, like passive income is coming, as long as you manage it well. And also like there are also like the high levels, like which focus on uh building groups. So these are the people who go out and talk to potential group owners, and they form a business relationship with these group owners, so that your products can be can be forwarded to the followers in those groups. So it's got, so for these high level people, again, you can also like share your tips on raising energy, like yeah, so because they also got tired out very easily, so definitely like try to um, motivate them more. Also there's also the middle level people, like so these are the people who try to form partnerships with the merchants, like with the brand owners, so that you can get varieties of products for your follower, like for your followers. Yeah, and also like talking to merchants, like it can be, yeah, it can be like a difficult job too. So you also have to learn how to raise the energy level, and also the foundation levels, and those are mainly like like the sales people, there's people who are responsible for like say the influencers, like who sell in their own um, live sessions. So they also got burned out easily too, because they have to keep consistently doing like live streaming every day, 2 hours per day, and like short videos also, they may have their own groups to manage. And so yeah, so you also have to raise the energy level as well. User level, those are the people who um those are, yeah, people who are like your followers, so they buy your things, so they care a lot about your experience, right? So if you can also like say something to motivate them, like to come back and come back and to continue to support you. So there are eight attractive points and five mindsets we want to share. When you manage from the top. So so first like is the brand attraction. So like you can like leverage money and power to create a brand, and also product attraction. So focus on the need, uniqueness, the different from the like how different are you from the from the other competitors. Um, so also you offer like a high commission, um, high chance of repurchase, low price. So this is why these products are great. So this is how you when you present to your whether it's the different levels of your team, like you can say that, oh, okay, so these are our advantages, our products have high advantage, our brand has high advantage, and this is why we won't lose. And also also you have an advantage on your policy. Say because your team can make transaction easier, and there's lots of offline learning as well. Cultural attraction, so message about mission and values sent by the leaders. Also training attraction, like they're also like the professional systematic training make representative understand learning and growth. Role model attraction, so talk about the cases and the stories about like the role models. Leader attraction, so show how the leader can do problem solving skills, the characters and the speaking skills. And also the whole system is also attractive too, like because you're able to get merchants, you're able to sell goods, the management is good, and also the whole system it can be copied. So this is what these are all the advantages that when you tell the different levels of people in your organization, then they will feel attracted and stay with you. So the five mindsets that you shall instill to your team is: love what you're doing, trust what you're doing, be patient with what you're doing, have desire with success, with making money. It's okay to accept failure. Like if you approach like like different followers, even if they reject you, like it's okay. Keep getting new people. Like never be afraid of failures. So today, we talk a lot about like how you manage like a big team, like a really big hierarchy, um, and it's very beneficial to people who already like a successful live streamers, and they try to expand the business by including lots of other people. And if you have lots of if you have lots of people to manage, then these are definitely the skills, the management skills you need to keep people on the same boat. Um, yeah, this is Compalocus University. I'm Dave. Thank you for listening to this lesson, and we look forward to you coming back for more.